Welcome to multiple choice question 9 of the 2008 Mathematical Methods Exam 2. In this video, we will be looking at the solution for this question. A reminder that this video is in no way endorsed by VCAA. And now before we move on, I'd just like to point out that the use of a CAS calculator may assist in answering this question, but there's going to be a large amount of it that you'll just need to do by hand. So for question 9, we consider the transformation T, which goes from R2 to R2. So essentially it just means that we're still dealing with the normal Cartesian plane before and after the transformation. And the transformation T is given by this matrix equation. And we're told that it will map the curve with an equation y equals x cubed to one of the following equations. So our first step is actually just to evaluate the matrix that's on the right-hand side here. So we just want to multiply those two matrices together and then add the third one on. So the way that we multiply a matrix is we take a row and then we multiply it by a column. So this is going to give 4 times x, so we get 4x, plus 0 times y, and then we add 1. And then we take our next row and multiply it by a column. So we go 0 times x gives 0x, and then plus minus 2 times y, so we get minus 2y, and then we get the plus 3 from that matrix at the end. And now we can start using mapping to work out what the image equation is going to be. So what we know is that x dash must equal 4x plus 1, and y dash must equal minus 2y plus 3. And the reason why I'm going through this process rather than just inspecting it is it's really easy to get confused and lost and select the wrong rule. But if we go through and we use this more robust method, we should be able to work out what the correct equation is. So the next step in the process is just to get x by itself and y by itself. So for the first one, we can get x by itself by subtracting 1, so we'd end up with x dash subtract 1, and then we divide that by 4. And then for y, we're going to do y equals, and we're going to take the y dash and subtract 3 from it, and then divide all of that by negative 2. Next, we look back to our original rule, which was y equals x cubed. And wherever there's a y, we replace it with y dash subtract 3 on negative 2. And then wherever there's an x, in this case it's x cubed, we're going to replace x with x dash subtract 1 over 4. So we're going to have that fraction cubed. Then we just want to get y by itself and simplify it to be one of these options. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually deal with this cubed, because we can see none of the options have a big set of brackets with a denominator inside the part that's being cubed. So I'm actually going to turn this into y dash subtract 3 divided by negative 2 is equal to, and I'm going to leave the top line as being x dash subtract 1 cubed, and then on the bottom line this is going to be 4 cubed, which we know is 64. Then we can multiply by negative 2, so that will give us y dash minus 3 is equal to, and multiplying by negative 2 will actually leave on the right hand side negative x dash minus 1 cubed divided by 32. And then the last thing is just to add the 3. So therefore, we get that our new equation, which I might call y1, is going to equal negative bracket x subtract 1 cubed divided by 32 plus 3. And we can identify that that is option A. So that's the correct answer for this question. So from the examiner's report, we can see that this was a challenging question with only 38% of students getting the correct answer there. And we can see that a large number of students did select B, and they likely tried to answer that question by just inspecting the rule and did not deal with the dilation from the y-axis well, which is a common error when dealing with transformations. So one thing to remember is that a dilation by a factor of n from the y-axis will actually result in a 1 on n effect inside the rule.